Joining us now is the Senate Minority Whip, John Thune. Senator, good to see you. So the language from China becoming ever more strident, capped off with this tweet from a fellow who is a commentator for Chinese state media, Global Times. I don't imagine that this is a personal sentiment of his. He says, if U.S. fighter jets escort Pelosi's plane into Taiwan, it is invasion. The PLA has the right to forcibly dispel Pelosi's plane and the U.S. fighter jets, including firing warning shots and making tactical movement of obstruction. If ineffective, then shoot them down. What should Biden be saying to China at this moment?
Well, I think, John, what he's got to do is project strength. I mean, we are where we are with the situation, and it appears at least that on her trip she's going to make a stop there. And we've always had a relationship, and these are sovereign nations, and we have elected officials that have visited Taiwan in the past, and that should continue. So I think the president needs to make it clear that if we have diplomats coming from the United States who have work to do, negotiations and discussions to have with the Taiwanese government, that he's going to support that. I think the rhetoric around this the last few days, I think projects weakness, and that's something that this administration shouldn't be doing, particularly now.
A lot of people are saying that the Biden administration is projecting weakness, but it would also appear that there might be a fear in China of Xi Jinping projecting weakness. They've got this Communist Party Congress series of meetings coming up at which he is expected to try to grab an unprecedented third term as the president of China. And if Nancy Pelosi shows up in Taiwan, despite all the saber rattling from China, that could be a real embarrassment for him and make him look weak. Are you concerned that that might provoke him into a more strident response?
Well, I think, like I said, John, we've had groups, I know colleagues of mine who have visited Taiwan, not real recently, but not that long ago, and certainly, again, have that right. And I don't know what, the leader of China decides to do in this circumstance. I understand a lot of political pressure there, too, but I don't think it would be incredibly provocative if he were to do something to intervene to try and demonstrate that, strength going into an election. I think he should let well enough alone and understand, again, that these are countries with whom we have relationships, and government to government. Those types of discussions ought to be able to continue. And I would certainly hope that he would treat it that way. And I think our president needs to acknowledge the fact that we are going to have folks who are going to go to Taiwan. And this, in case, is the speaker, which is a high level, obviously, member of Congress. But we've had delegations there before, and this should be viewed the same way, I would think, by the Chinese.
Yeah, well, we'll see how it goes in coming days. We do not know if Nancy Pelosi will actually go to Taiwan, but she's leaving today, so we'll be watching that closely.